In this video, we'll be unboxing the brand new dual-sided LCD display from Valcom. This is part of the VIP-LD22 series of displays, of which there are 3. There's this one, which is the VIP-LD222. It comes with both hardware for mounting a ceiling mount and for a wall mount. And then there's 2 versions of the single-sided. There's a VIP-LD221W, which is the wall mount hardware, and there's the VIP-LD221C, which is a ceiling mount hardware. Those 2 have slightly different chassis, so there are 2 different part numbers for that. But for the dual-sided display, there are all the hardware for mounting either on the ceiling or on the wall comes in the same box. If you look on the outside of the box, you'll see that there's a QR code next to the label and the part number, and that QR code leads you to the instruction manual for this particular product. So let's dive in, take a look at what's in the box. So the first thing you notice with any of the VIP-LD22 series LCD signs is the banding on the box. That's just to add a little extra protection. This is the exterior box that it will be shipped in. So you can just cut those bands right off. So inside the box, we have the double-sided display itself in the foam blocks inside of a nice heavy plastic to keep it safe. But over here on the outside, you'll notice that there is a box that says parts enclosed. We're going to open that up first, take a look at what's in there. We cut that open here real quick. You'll notice that we have some metal pieces. This is actually our bracket. It's a 2-piece bracket. And there is a bag of accessories that has some additional screws and some connectors, and we'll show you where all of those go, what they're used for, et cetera, in just a minute. So set that aside. We'll pull the unit out of here and we'll take a look at how this thing is built, and then we'll take a look at how to install it. So the dual-sided unit obviously has screens on both sides, and it has flashers on the bottom. And this can be mounted 2 different ways. The wall mount version is really a flag mount. You're actually going to use one end to attach the bracket that we just talked about. So here we are at the mock-up of the wall for our double-sided LCD that we're going to mount in a flag mount orientation. We recommend that you have at least 2 screws through the mounting bracket to a stud. And if you can't do that, use some sort of heavy-duty wall anchor. We've used this type of anchor along with screwing into our stud just for redundancy. We also have a low voltage cut-in ring with our network drop available to us, and we have some extra slack that we're going to need when we start mounting the bracket. So the VIP-LD222 uses a 2-piece bracket that is basically a slide apart bracket, 1 piece with the slots to the top, mounts on the wall. The other has tabs that hook into those slots. So basically what we'll do is we'll run our network drop through. We will attach some screws. As we do so, we'll level this up to make sure that it's perfectly straight so that our LCD does not cant to one direction or the other. So let's go ahead and do that. Now that we've got half of our bracket attached to the wall, we'll need to take the other half of the bracket and attach it to the unit itself so that we can hang it in that flag mount orientation. Let's do that next. So on the unit, we'll need to remove a couple of covers first. There's a cover on the top that has a little punch out. We need to remove that one. And we also need to remove this L-shaped cover on the end because our bracket's going to mount here and we need to feed our cable through this end into the main compartment to plug it into the network switch. So let's take those covers off. So both covers lead to the same place. There's a network connection on the inside on the top, but you need to remove this cover on the end in order to access that compartment. So that's why we need to remove that one. Next, we need to remove all 4 of these screws. That's how we're going to mount our bracket, is through those same holes. So let's get those out of there. So now you're going to want to find this bag of accessories that comes with the unit, and we're going to pull the silver screws out of there, not the black ones. The silver screws are actually going to be a little bit longer and have a little larger head than the screws that you just removed from the end of the unit. And I'll show you that real quick so you can get an idea. That way they have a little bit more. Here's the silver screw we're going to use. There's the black screw we took out. These have a little bit more holding power than those small ones. So when we place our bracket, we'll use the silver screws to mount that. So we'll match up the opening of the bracket to the opening in the unit so we can pass our cable through, and then we'll use those screws to attach our bracket. Next, take the unit and line up the tabs on this half of the bracket into the slots on the half of the bracket that you mounted earlier. The bracket is designed to support the unit and tilt so that you can make the connections on the inside, and that's what we'll do next. Looking at the inside of the device, you'll see there are a few connections. There's an RJ45 connection, that's for your network and power. This is a PoE++ device, so that's where you'd plug that in. And then you'll see there are some spots where these connectors, these screw down connectors that came in the bag of accessories would plug into. And that's for things like line in, line out, call switches, relays, etc. I'll put a graphic up here to show what the order is for those pinouts, as well as that'll be in the instruction manual. The reason why the connectors are not inside of the device when you get it is because it's a little difficult to pull them out once they're in those slots. So this way you can actually screw your wires down to these connectors while they're outside of the unit, fish them through, plug them in, and not have to worry about trying to fight your way into this unit to screw down wires. So once you've made your connections in the unit, you can replace this cover that you took off the top, and you can discard this L-shaped cover. That opening is now covered by the bracket itself, so there's no need for this cover anymore. You also need your bag of accessories. There's 4 black screws in there, and that's what you're going to use to finalize the installation and secure the bracket to itself. So let's do that, and then we're all done. In order to mount the double-sided unit on the ceiling, we're going to use the same exact bracket that we used for the flag mount. This also goes for the VIP-LD221C single-sided unit. It uses the exact same chassis as the double-sided, so all of these instructions will be the same whether you have the VIP-LD222 or the VIP-LD221C. So the first thing we'll do is we're going to take half of our mounting bracket, the side with the slots, and we're gonna mount that on our ceiling. So let's go do that first. So at our ceiling, we have a very similar setup to what we did with the flag mount. We have a low voltage ring that allows us access to our network drop. We have access to the stud here, so we're gonna drive 2 screws through the bracket into the stud. And then the other 4 screws, we put in heavy duty anchors. Those are not provided, and the screws are not provided. That's something you have to provide based on whatever type of material you're mounting into. In our case, we've used this type of anchor in both these 4 positions. So again, that's up to you to provide the appropriate anchors for your particular application. But moving from there, let's put that bracket in place, screw it in there, and then we'll get to the rest of the mounting. With your network drop, make sure that you leave enough slack that you can pull this through. You're going to need quite a bit in order to fish this all the way through and get the unit mounted on the ceiling. I'm going to show you what I mean. This second half of the bracket that we mounted onto the unit for the flag mount, we're going to leave unmounted and kind of do that process up here at the ceiling. So the first thing we want to do is pull our network drop through and then hang it by the tabs. Then we're going to need the cover plate that you're going to want to replace on your device, but we need to feed the wire through the hole in the cover plate. Then we're going to need to bring the whole device up here. We're going to pull this half of the bracket off, mount it on the device, and then put the whole thing up together. So typically you would need 2 people for this part of the installation in order to hold the LCD display up and affix it to the bracket. Much easier with 2 people. But again, we're in a demo situation here, so this is basically just to illustrate how this process works. It's not a representation of how it would be in real life, where you're in a hallway and you probably have access to a lift or at least a couple of people on separate ladders in order to do this. So what we have is we have our bracket securely mounted to the ceiling. We have the device side of the bracket that's hanging by the tabs so that we could feed the network drop through it. Next, we're going to take our cover, which we have punched out the knockout portion, and we're going to feed our network drop through that. Then we're going to plug the device in. Then we can reattach the cover to the device. Then we can pull the device part of the bracket off of its tabs and attach it to the top of the device with the silver machine screws that are included in the accessory bag. So once the bracket is securely attached to the unit, we'll go ahead and put the tabs into the slots in the ceiling mounted portion, and then we'll finalize the installation, power it up, and move on to programming. We'll use the 4 larger black screws that are included in the accessory bag to secure it into place. It's worth noting that the holes on the mounting bracket are slotted so that you have some adjustment up and down so that you could level this unit out, and we recommend doing that before you secure it into place. Since this is for demo purposes only, we're just going to show you putting the screws in the outside, but obviously, and again, that's because we're close to a wall here and we can't get in the backside to do it, and it's just for demonstration. But in a real world application, you would obviously put all 4 screws into the mounting bracket to secure it into place.